welcome. My name is Kat. This is my channel Kat Can Sew, and welcome to my 2023 end of year WIP Parade. I'm Kat Can Sew on Instagram, and welcome to anybody who is new and finds me through my WIP Parade, and welcome back to all of my subscribers. There's going to be a few projects you haven't seen since my last WIP Parade. I am going to this is take two. I had recorded everything yesterday and the sound was out. If you watched my Friday episode 13, you will hear the problem. Turns out my camera doesn't turn off its internal mic when you put in an external mic, and as such everything was echoing. I'm going to try and give all of the details for all of my projects, any needles and project bags they're in, and I'm also going to give you basically where I'm at and the last time I worked on them, if I've worked on them since the last WIP Parade, which I'll tell you if I didn't. There's about 37 projects, 5 of which are definitely being UFO'd, and a couple more that are probably going to get UFO'd, and I kind of have stuff on both sides. All of my, whatchamacallits, anything on frames is on this side, as well as all of my small projects, and all my project bags is on this side. So that's why I'll be grabbing stuff from both sides. I'm also going to be putting stuff on the floor, so you'll see a lot of me doing this, just so you're all up to speed. So let's get into this. It's probably going to take us over an hour. My plans video will be going up tomorrow. Is going to be about 45 minutes. So as I recorded that one already because I had everything out from it. So let's start. And I just dropped one of my project bags on the floor. I'll grab it when I put this one down. So first up is To All a Good Night by Autumn Lane Stitchery. This was in the 2022 Nice list. It was a fully kitted chart. So it is being stitched on just a white opal. So that is where I'm at. I am currently about 23% done. And this is a needle minder from Stacey's Creative Studio. It's now Thread the Needle. And then here's my other project. Here's my other part of my other needle minder that I had on there. I'm missing the backing magnet, so I'll have to find that. We'll find one. And then it's a little bit of colors, so just different shades of blue with black. And this is in a Pinky Promises bag. This is actually brand new. This I received like 4 days ago. I ordered this just before, after watching a Flosstube that had a few of these bags. I have been watching for her, for a design I liked, as I really dig the embroidered design. Correction, I dropped 2. Next up is Frogwarts. This is by Black Needle Society. This is years 1 and 2. Having already finished 3 and 4. I finished those during Frogwarts this year. So there is year 1. There is year 2. These are designed by Katie Landis of the Black Needle Society. And here's where I am. I am stitching this on 28 count French Vanilla Mistake. This is actually the project where French Vanilla Mistake got created. And here we go. That's where we're at. That's the current 4 years. But that's where I'm at for year 1. and that's where I am for year 2. I do need to pull out those half diamonds, as that is the wrong colour. The full diamonds are the right colour. This is from Black Needle Society. That is the Hungarian Horntail from the first task in this year's Frogwarts. And this one is from Black Needle Society. It's finished, but I am doing a little bit of backstitch on these two projects just to help the edges of the white pop. So for example on the sails, so I am just using a bit of what am I using, chocolate cream pie. I didn't want something super dark. I just wanted something to give the edges of the white from the fabric a very definite edge. This is year 1 is at 2% and year 2 is at 11%, but I do have to pull out about 4% of that, about 2% of that. Either way, I have 3 more years to finish them, so I'm in no rush. And to be honest, they are good for prompts for Frogwarts. They are being stitched with the fancy floss. It is Gentle Arts and Classic Colourworks. With a little bit of DMC, a bit of blending filament and some E12 thrown in for good measure. Next up is Ribbon Candy Ornament. I get a cardboard that I will need later. So this is a slow process. So this is by Calico Crossroads. I am not doing any of those designs. I am doing a different one out of the book, but it does the same fold. Here's where I'm at. Technically, I'm 43% of the way through this one. So it is literally just rows of a couple of shades of purple. I think it's 210 and 208. Could be 208 and 210. It's reversible. So you get the crosses on both sides. As such, it is a really slow stitch. It takes me about an hour to do 50 stitches. It is really slow. I just need to sit down and do it. But I don't enjoy it. But I'm making that one for my mother-in-law, and I would like to make one for myself. It'll happen. I don't know when, but it will happen. Hey, if I put the 2400 stitches on it that I'm aiming for this year, it'll get done. Though that one will probably be closer to 12, purely because it is double stitches. That is just stitched on Mill Hill perforated paper. Let's go back to this one. This is in a Black Needle Society project bag from the Novels and Needles box in 2022, which was the Murder Mystery Cell. Next up is the Wonders of the Hubble Telescope cell. This is by Climbing Goat Designs. This is the completed design, as we now have all of the parts. The last part came out in November. I am not that far. I'm only up to part 3. And I really like working on it. It actually stitches really quick when I work on it. I just need to work on it. So here we go. This is where I'm at. So I am about a third of the way through part 3. I am 28% done all up. So I'm over a quarter of the way. This is stitched on Midnight Sky by Live and Die LA. It is a 28 count Lugana. I do plan on doing the 2024 James Webb cell on the same colorway. It is all just DMC. This is in a wild violet project bag. I thought that kind of worked for it. And it is kitted with Atom Heart floss drops. These are not my favorite design of the floss drops. I do prefer the square ones. The needle minders are from Thread Wine, and I have 2 of them. One of those will go onto the James Webb project when I start that later in January. Next up is Dragon Virtues. This is a really old project. It is not my oldest WIP, but it is still nearly a decade old. This one's a little bit harder for me. This is an old freebie from Dragon Dreams. This is the only photo I have of the completed project. I am not stitching it that way. This is my layout. I only have 1 meter of the fabric, not 1.5 meters that you need for the square layout. So I played with it to make it so all of them fit. I'm reducing the number of stars and moons I'm stitching. I have done 6. I don't have the date of the 6th when I finished the 6th one. Or am I working on 6? And the first one was completed in June of 2014. So, and then it was in Australia since I moved, so it was in Australia for at least 5 years. It is a bit of an ordeal to work on, as it is just a little bit huge. But it will fit in an 8, each square fits in an 8x8 Q-snap. Yeah, so I have finished 6. I'm working on number 7. So, there we go. They are really cute. Each one being a different dragon, exemplifying a different virtue. So we have peace, love, wisdom, generosity, strength, compassion, freedom, loyalty, patience, friendship, faith, joy, tenderness, and trust. So, plus the suns and the moons. The sun, the moons, and the stars. So, each one doesn't take too long to stitch. They only take, depending on how solidly I work on them, they only take about a week or so to stitch. It is over 10 years old. It's almost 10 years old now, so I would like to put a fair chunk of time in that this year. There is no project. It is an Afghan fabric. I have no idea what color. I've had it for over a decade, so I don't know what I got. And it is in a Her Universe shopping bag, because it predates me using project bags, and to be honest, with the size of that fabric, it's just convenient to have it in a shopping bag. I will fully kit it. I will kit all the colors up, and then I can just, and I'll put a Q-snap in here. I have an off-brand Q-snap, which is the one that goes with that, and I will. It's a big project, but I can grab it and go for like when I'm traveling locally, because it has a lot to do and they're fairly solid chunks of colour. I am still trying to convert it to Pattern Keeper though, just so I can keep track of my stitch count. So I have no idea how much I've done. 6 out of 25 squares. Next up we have Koala cards. Here is the cover. It's out of a magazine, so it's on 2 pages, so it's easier just to use this image. I am doing all 4. This is being stitched on 28 count. This one still has the card in it. It makes life easy. Yeah, 28 count Evergreen Dew by Live and Die LA. Needle minders are from Kim's Needle Minders, and the Koala is from Ginger Stitch, and that's where I'm at. These projects have a lot of back stitching in them to get the furry look on the koalas. I haven't worked on this since September. Most of these, anything that I have touched, I basically haven't worked on since September. Frogwarts being the exception of June. That's in a Stitch Toolbox project bag off Etsy with Adam Hart floss drops. I may have like 5 colors of those. Keep hydrated. Okay, next up is Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Mysteries. I have done 2 this year. The first one I did was Clue. Here is the completed project off their off Facebook, and so this is in a Forbidden Fiber. It's a complete package, so it's the Forbidden Fiber Co. project bag. It is the Forbidden Fiber floss. It is their fabric. The color is Conservatory. That's where I'm at. I started on the second color. That's as far as I got. Needle minder is also part of the set. It has 13 colors, and I have done 1, and it's not even complete. This is a 32 count Belfast linen. And then like it even has like the zipper pull, which is really cute. So that is that one. I am trying to keep this moving. I'm failing, but I'm trying. Next up is from the Christmas Advent. Here is the completed image. Again, off their Facebook group. And here is the project bag. How sparkly is that bag? With the scissor fob. I really appreciate scissor fobs. I'm actually going in the process of putting scissor fobs on all of my project bags, but it is waiting. Oh, this one is still on the Q snap, which is on this side. So here is where I'm at. I have actually done a little bit more at the top. I have done 6 of the colors, with the exception of I have about 10 more red dots to go up here, and I am up to the white. So what have I completed? I completed So I've completed 6, I've done most of 7, and I've done about half of 8 of the 12 colors. So I am very close to being done. I was keeping up, but then December ran away from me basically. The snowflakes kind of gave me a bit of trouble. You're supposed to pin stitch them. I ended up just running the threads. You cannot see it from the front. This is Counting House. in 28 count Lugana. 28 count Lugana is my sweet spot. At the moment I still have most of the colours that I have yet to be used are still in the pages, as I am trying to colour complete. And then they're the colours that I have finished. That's the one I need to do the rest of the drops with, and that's what I'm currently working on. So my goal is to try and get that finished in January sometime. I am going to keep an eye out for next year's. It will depend on the theme, on whether I do it or not. Christmas Carol is not my favourite, so I slightly regret doing it, but I have appreciated the design and I have appreciated all the colours in it. So it's just I'm not a huge Christmas Carol. I am planning on replacing this couch in the next 12 months. Probably January or February. At the moment the foam is completely shot, and if I sit in it I sink. So I'm sitting on the edge. Next up is Happy Haunts. This is by Good Morning Maui off Etsy. This is being stitched on 32 count Haunted Mansion by Live and Die LA. We now have this colour available on the website again. So that's where I'm at. I am 48% done. This is dead center. So once I get the organ and the rest of the ghosts done, I think I hit halfway. I have stitched the ghosts and the ring around Madame Leota in glow in the dark thread, because I am extra. I am going to attempt to get that finished next year. It is a Disney project. I'm hoping to use it for Disney prompts. That is in a Black Needle Society bag. This is from the Back to the 80s box. And it is just kitted on floss drops I made from cardstock with a ring I got given at a retreat. The needle minders on that are from Kim's Needle Minders. I just have the one. Yeah, that's from Kim's Needle Minders on Etsy. I may have brought like 4 of the resin sparkly Mickey heads because I could. Some of them are Mickey, some are Minnie. Now for my Heaven and Earth designs, this is going to be a bit of a trick. I have a lot. So first up is Bookworm Fairy. The artwork is by Lynn. It does say Hannah Disney. I have had this chart that long. Lynn is her middle name, and she didn't want to get hassled by Disney, so she changed her creative name to Hannah Lynn. And here's where I'm at. It is on a Stitches and Spice 28 count. I think this is a Jaslyn. This is the type of fabric you can no longer get. It is a little stiffer than a Joblin. I do not remember the colorways on any of these, and I have long lost the cards. She's about 28% done. I do want to get her finished, but I am, as I have said, not loving the process of 28 count 1/1. Needle minder is from Thread Wine, because just because I don't have a game doesn't mean I'm not into D&D. The grime guards are from Margaret Lee, I believe, on Etsy. Let me have a quick check. Nope, Maggie's Minders. Next up is Clara. This is also artwork by Lynn. This is being stitched on 22 count Haranga. Hadanga. I have no idea how you pronounce it, so I'm going to be messing that up for the next few projects. This, I was doing a challenge to try and color complete by page. I got 3 colors done. That was it. So I do want to get her finished. She's not very big. I think I have her numbers on here. Yeah, she's only, okay, she's 50,000 stitches. I was going to say she wasn't that big, but she's fairly big considering I've only done 2,000. It's just DMC. This is another, like Needle Society box. This was from the Mermaids, Unicorns, Dragons. It was those 3 words in some format. Next up is Fairy Bride. One of these, this is I actually got twice. This was from a bulletin board sale. Are you old enough to remember those? Have you been stitching HAEDs long enough to remember those? I was fairly active on the bulletin boards back in the day before they transferred from Yuki to Tap Talk. And then basically we transitioned to Facebook, and I stopped being quite so active in the community. So this was one of the year-long sales we did. It is Amy Brown's Fairy Bride. Because it was a bulletin board sale, it is cropped, and that's where I'm at. This was my first attempt at 10 stitch, and I really struggled with it. I like the coverage, I like the count. I just kept accidentally crossing stitches and would have to go back through and like rip out, you know, 200 stitches because I have done them as complete stitches instead of just 10. So I restarted it. I was going to do this for a friend for a wedding sampler, which is why I have quite so much space around it. I was going to put their names at the top and their wedding date on the bottom. They've just celebrated their 6th wedding anniversary, and that's what I've done. So I'm definitely UFOing the tent version. This one may get UFO'd as well. It is a cute design. It's just not necessarily me. We'll see how I feel. And again, on a 22 count haranga that I probably bought from Spotlight. Next up is, I didn't put it back in here. Where did I put it? Oh, please. There it is. Next up is another one that I'm UFOing, but I am restarting. So this is Flow Followers. This is by, this name, I believe, I'm gonna butcher it. I haven't ever heard it pronounced, I think, but I read it as Ching Chow Koik, but I have no idea how it's actually pronounced. This was a limited release. I do not believe it is currently available on the website. This is Flow Followers. I started this as soon as I got it. I happened to have a piece of fabric on hand, and I started it straight away. But that's as far as I got, and I started this in 2012, I think this came out. Oh wait, nope, this could be 2008. So like as soon as this came out, I started it. That is all I have done. Oh, I am not loving the process of 28 count 1/1, so she is getting restarted. The fabric will be in my plans video, but it is being restarted on 40 count 2/1 in the sea breeze. I'll pull my Velcro off it and reuse that for another project. I think this color was Splash. I'm going to cut the fabric and keep the other half because I really like the fabric. I'll just 28 count 1/1 will give me a fat eighth that I can use for something. Next up is more by the same designer, and again these are all still HAEDs. I have a few of these, and most of them are fairly old. So first up we have Quick Stitch Ladybug. I have done a grand total of 95 stitches. I started it and that was as far as I got. It was one of my WIP Go calls for this year. I tried it and I just never finished it. This is stitched on 16 count magnetized Opal. That is a color that is not currently available. And then also by Chin Chow Quick is Quick Stitch Seahorse, and I have done a bit more on this one. I have actually got a page complete on this. I'm on page 2. I've done 30% of this, so it's getting there. It is on 16 count Smack the Jellyfish. Needle Minder is by Kim's Needle Minders. I may have brought 6 of the gummy bears. That is in a Stitch and Button project bag. Those are projects that I am active on, hence why they're in a project bag. Next up is Rapunzel and Rococo. This is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is where I'm at. She is 46% done. Basically, I just need to finish the pages that I'm working on and it'll be over halfway. So, she's gorgeous. She was actually a focus piece in 2021. I probably just need to do the same thing again and get her finished. This is 36 count. She may have been a focus piece in 2020. I don't think I haven't stitched on her since my WIP Parade in January. I don't know what the fabric is. I think it is Mocha. It was from 123 Stitch. I don't. Oh no, Needle Minder is Black Needle Society. Grime Guards are from Margaret Lee on Etsy. I just can't get over the detail that how good the filigree looks. You don't want to see the back on this. It is a mess. I'm working on this filigree here. This will finish this page, and then this is just over a page. I do my own method of parking. I am sorry for the threads. Well, I'm not super sorry because it's the way I stitch. Basically it means I did not have enough stitches to secure an end, or the next stitch I will jump up to 30 stitches because I don't like starting and stopping my threads. which is why the backs get fairly full. But because I do it on a Q-snap, I have no problems with it causing tension problems. And the next one is I'm miscounting, so I don't push it too much. The next 3 are probably going to be no, the next 3 are going to be UFO. The 4th one will be, I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it. They're here. So the first one is Touched by Magic. This is Scott Gustafson. Gustafson. That's what I have. I have less than 2,000 stitches in that. Actually, it might be just over 2,000 stitches. I have not worked on this since my mid-year WIP Parade, or I'm starting this WIP Parade. No, it wasn't mid-year, it was June. This is, yeah, 2,500 stitches. I'm less than a quarter of the way through the first page. Well, less, just over a quarter. I want to work on Cinderella. She is over here somewhere. So, I'm probably going to UFO that, and I will probably restart it again on a 40 count. Though I do have a ton of 36 count in white, so the ones that I'm restarting, I also have a bunch of Jasmine Beck Griffiths that I want to do, that I will probably do on my 36 count white, 2/1. I do like working. This is it becomes an 18 count, and I do like that. The next 2 are by Selena Fennick. This is Treasures. This was another bulletin board sal. This was the Story Keep sal. I tried to start this twice. This was my first attempt. This is 28 count, 1/1. I think it feels like a Joblin. Yeah, I want to say there's like 2,500 stitches in that. Might be about 2,000. It is a lot of stitches. It is all white. It is all B520, and it is very dirty. This was my second attempt. I did it on a 22 count Aida band because it is the right width. And again, the same problem of it going very dirty. I also probably should have put it in a Q-snap. I was doing it in by hand and I didn't like it. I think what I'm going to do is start it again, leaving space for the white above it, stitch all the grey in the figure, and then decide if I want to fill in all the whites in the background. But again, that's way down the track because right now I have plenty of projects that I'm working on that I want to actively work on. And then the last of my HAEDs is Jasmine Beck Griffith's Wicked Trixie and False. This was one of my very first purchases. My style has kind of changed a bit since I purchased this one. So the creepy big-eyed sprites not really my jam anymore, but I do like this design in, I don't know, something about it speaks to me, and that's where I'm at. This is a 28 count Jaslyn. No idea. It is kind of greeny grey. I am a page and a bit into that. what am I at 13%. The ones I have percentages of, I've put into Pattern Keeper, so I can in theory pull them out and work on them, but as I said, I can in theory pull them out and work on them. At the moment, these all just live in a... I brought them back from Australia last year and haven't touched any of them, to be perfectly honest. Next up is, this is the design Ahmed. This is around the fair. This is both parts of it. It is a to be a Biscornu. This was actually designed for the camp. It was going to be my smalls exchange item for Camp Black Needle Society. I decided to try new things, and I tried this. This is my first attempt, 40 count 2/1. Sorry, 1/2, which is how I discovered I like it. But the problem was I did 2/2 for the first attempt, and then I restarted 1/2, and it is much better coverage. I also changed that middle blue. I didn't like the blue on this one. The pink and the purple are the same. I'm only apparently I'm 16% done. It isn't a super quick stitch. It does take me a few hours to work on it. This is a piece of Malt of the Earth. I said 40 count linen. That is an Atom Heart needle minder. That is from Black Needle Society. And this is an Stitch and Button project bag. This was from last year's Advent. The Powder Pink Splash was from a different project that I had in here before this one. I probably should remove that ziplock. Save myself the confusion. I need to work on this. It is my very first attempt at a design, so I would like to see if it works. It is also my first attempt at a Biscornu, so again, see if it works. If it does work, I may do my own designs for the smalls for both Camp Black Needle and When You Wish retreat in Anaheim, which is Cross Stitch Society. Next up is my big project that I'm gonna get. I have 11 hours to finish this. I have 1,200 beads to go. This is, I should show you the cover art, right? Celtic Christmas by Lavender and Lace. I'm stitching this on 28 count Cashel linen from Stitches and Spice in the colour Heritage. And there she is. All the stitching and back stitches done. So literally I just have to, I'm going to have to change out the sidebars to make the beading easier. Needle minders are from Black Needle Society, and Ginger Stitch AU. This was from this year's Nice List. She's really close to done. I do want to try and get her done by tonight, but I still have to edit this and edit my plans video. So, and I cannot bead on this doing that. It is in a Black Needle Society bag. This is from last year's Nice List. And I subbed out the gold. It was a DMC, and I subbed it out with a Petite Treasure Parade, and I have this on Ginger Stitch AU floss drops. This is a Atom Heart blend floss drop. But she's ready to go. I just need to, I have the floss, I have the thread, and literally the thread matches the fabric, so I just do all of the beads in a section. I'm not trying to match my beads to my thread to my beads. Next up is the Tingles series by Lizzie Kate. This is a series of 6 patterns. that is it as a complete design, which is how I am stitching it. And it is Ghosties and Ghoulies and Haunted. Helps if I don't cover the design. I have finished both of those. October 31 and Jack-O-Lantern. I have finished October 31. Just Batty and Trick or Treat. I have finished Just Batty. It's Hello Scream and Toil and Trouble. I've started both of those. It's Halloween and Fright Night. Again, I've started both of those. And Gone Haunted and Spooky. I have started Gone Haunting. I don't think I finished Jack-O-Lantern. No, I didn't. So this is stitched on a 28 count Lugana. Yeah, 28 count. I am doing this in the DMC conversion. And that's where we're at. Actually, has stuff on the bottom too. So I was working on this during Halloween for the 13 stitches of Halloween. 13 days of stitching. Whichever it was. Needle minders are Kim's needle minders and Lynn. This is one of our bobbins. This says Practice Stitchcraft. And it's in a Stitch and Button Christmas bag. Christmas is my jam. Next up is Death by Cross Stitch. This is by Long Dog Samplers. This is being stitched on thin ice. It is a 32 count Lugana, because on 32 count it just fits. I don't actually have a grid at this one, so but it just fits on the sides. I think I had plenty of top and bottom. At least I hope I did, because I put a really wide margin at the top. I am like 2% done. Yeah, I'm like 2% done. Not very much at all. Needle minders are Live and Die LA and Ginger Stitch AU. The colorway is Sentinel. I have 400 yards of that, so I'm hoping I have enough. I have 400 yards from the same dye lot, so if you're doing this project, make sure you're getting 400 yards from the same dye lot. And they're on, so I have them in balls. The first ball of 100 is broken down and is on Ginger Stitch AU floss drops in a Creative Totes from Facebook project bag. Castle. And it has this gorgeous iridescent purple lining. Next up is Mill Hill. Most of those are in here. Ugh. So we have Advent Trilogy Set 3. I have completed sets 1 and 2. So that is those. Here. I haven't done very much on this. Each of these squares is 400 stitches. I have done half of set 1. I've done 250 stitches in set of the first one. These don't have a ton of beading on them. I was hoping to have this done by Christmas to use it as an advent. It didn't happen, so I am goaling to get that done by next year. Honestly, each of the squares takes me, you know, because I do all the beading at the end, each of the squares can take me about 3 hours, and even that's like a generous 3 hours, so they don't actually take that long. Next up is this Bewitching Pumpkin. I did this as one of my starts for 13 Stitches of Halloween, and here we go. I didn't get a ton of done on this. It's only about 130 stitches, but it is 3 colors complete. So that'll get worked on over the course of the next year. Honestly, it'll probably become my new work project, because I should get both of my work projects finished today, because I can beat those while I'm editing these videos. Next up is my 2 projects that I take to work. That's also just in a white bag I got given at a retreat by Barbara. Okay, so first up is Frosty. This is all of the stitching complete. I just have to do the beads. So I'm about 300 beads on that. So it's not too far from being done. The other one is Glowing Pumpkin, and I actually finished all of the cross stitch on this afternoon. So now it is just needs to be beaded, so that'll get pulled out of the frame. As I said, these will be what I work on while I am editing. So I am kind of hoping to get at least one of those finished today. Both would be nice. I really want to get Celtic Christmas done, because if it doesn't get finished tonight, it's not going to get finished till Wednesday. And then the hair. Last up in my Mill Hill kits is a Kangaroo Santa. I don't know, that's the one I haven't started yet. We go Kangaroo Santa. This is part of the Down Under Santas series. And this is where I'm at. They are so I'm not a ton done, about 30%. I just need to sit down and stitch these. Again, they won't take long, because I have the companion piece of the Koala. I may also do the Kiwi. I haven't decided yet on whether I want to order that one. That is in a the Down Under Santas is in a ragtag quilt on Etsy project bag. Advent is in the Flamingo project bag from Black Needle Society, and my 2 little ones for work are in the Steampunk Box project bag from probably early 22, it may have been late 2021. Now we're up to our Millibrillias. I'm down to less than 10 to go. So here we go. She's getting blown out. There we go. This is being stitched on 28 count Tropic Waters. She's on a scroll rod, so she's not so easy to move. She is 70%, 73% done, so nearly quarter done. I think the last 10 or 12% is beads and whisper. Whisper will go in here, in the shoulder. There's some in the plume. So I have finished the purple, I finished the gold. So it's basically just a little bit more of the brown, the red, and the green, blue-grey. This is a me-made grime guard. This is from Angus Little Needle Minders. This is in a stitching toolbox project bag, and again Ginger Stitch AU floss drops. Next up is Royal Games. Oh, that needs to go in there. I actually have both of the charts in here, the beads for both of them in here, because I do need to compare colours. So I'm working on Royal Games 1, but going on the same fabric will be Royal Games 2. Upside down. The suits are charted differently on the two of them. This one uses Krennic, this one does not, and the bead colours are different. So I need to compare the beads and make the decision, because I have already stitched the heart. So I need to decide if I want to pull that out or if I make the diamond. I'm at the moment going for leaving them in the DMC with the beads around the outside. This is being stitched on 28 count blank canvas Lugana from Livendale LA. Needle Minders, this was from an Amazon store that was closing down, as is the Cherry Blossoms, and this is from Adam Hart. So she's not far done. What have I done? About 10%. I actually haven't worked on her for a while. I haven't worked on her since September, like everything else. I think I stopped because I needed to make a decision on the charts, and I just haven't sat down and laid out all of the beads and the threads and made that call on those threads. Next up is Villa Mirabilia. She is my huge fancy lady. She will be my fancy lady focus for next year. So that's where she is. This is being stitched on 28 count Bayou, and she's big. She's on a half and takes almost the entire half. And that's where I'm at. So I'm at 28% done. I'm almost halfway down the pattern, but the skirt is, and the design at the bottom is a lot more filled in than the top, so hence why halfway down but not halfway through the stitches. I really like working on this. I just really wanted to get Celtic Christmas finished. Both the needle minders are from Black Needle Society. This is in a, I actually bought these in the all three sizes, so the 14 by 14, the 11 by 11 by 13 or whatever it is, and the 14 by 14, which is Creative Totes on Facebook, because look at the castle. And then I have the accessory pouch as well. They are on, she's fully kitted on Adam Hart floss drops. Like, check out these colors. Like, I braided everything just to make it a little bit neater, but like, look at those colors. The light's not doing this justice. They are so pretty. It uses over a skein of white, so I actually have a spare skein of white in there as well. Then they're the blends. So as I said, she will be my focus for my fancy lady focus for next year, meaning she will get worked on at least every other month. And then we're nearly there. We've got like 5 projects to go. Next up is Celtic Snow. This is by Northern Expressions Needlework. We actually did this as a kit. We dyed our own fabric, but then kitted it up with the dinky dyes and the beads, and then they gave people what they wanted to do count wise. I am stitching this on a 32 count Opal Lugana. I have done that much. It's like 190 stitches, not very much at all. This is, we call this colour Celtic Snow. It is still available on our website. It is very popular. Needle minders are from Kim's Needle Minders, Ginger Stitch AU, and the same Etsy sale as the other ones. I really like the ribbed one actually. It holds the needles really well. I think it came in like 2 other colours, and I kind of wish I had grabbed it. This is all kitted in the dinky dyes on Adam Hart Flosstubes, and is in a Judy's Project Bags and More bag because turtles. Also, that chart's really big and it doesn't go into one of the smaller project bags. Next up we have, this is definitely going to be a UFO, but I thought I would show you one last time and give my reasoning why. This is the 2021 Peppermint Purple Sal. I'm going to have a look on the website. There may be a cover image of this finished because she now sells it. This is black work. I do not love it. It had cross-stitch borders. I put another project on the same fabric, that is Summertime from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I do not have enough space to finish both of them. I may make this symmetrical and do something with it. I haven't decided, but right now it is going back. It is a UFO, and if I decide to do something with it, I will decide to do something with it and I will pull it back out. That is 28 count Tropic Waters Riverdale. Next up we have my 2 charts I purchased at Graceland back in 2007. We have American Classic. I just have them as Elvis Presley Enterprises. The Posy Collection is the designer. It is stitched on real crunchy. Ada, I think it's 14 count. I think it goes that way. Yeah, it's got to go that way. I honestly started this in like 2009, 2010. I was working in a call center, so that's how I can date back when I started it. But then I probably haven't worked on it for a decade. The crazy thing is, I've just bought this back from Australia. It was still on Q-Snaps. So, obviously I was planning on getting it done, but that's how crunchy this Ada is, because like it's not warped at all. The next one is technically a restart. That is Graceland Gates by, also for I was Presley Enterprises. It does not give me the name of the designer for this one. It is the Gates of Graceland. So I stitched this years ago, and then when I was doing the black stitch I realized one of my columns was one stitch out, and in frogging it I actually cut the 8er. Like I cut through 3 of the 4 threads. So what I have decided to do is, it came with the fabric for the backing. This is just Child's Craft. This is 18 count. It is the same size piece of fabric. I'm going to restitch it on this side, and then when I make it into the little pillow ornament, I'm just going to use regular fabric like quilting cotton for the backing. Whether I find something Elvis themed or whether I find something music related, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to work on that this year or not. It doesn't actually take long. The columns are a little fiddly, but they don't actually take long to stitch. The back stitch is a bit of a pain. But I've now put it into Pattern Keeper, so that will help because I can keep track of it a little easier. And then my very last project is just hanging on. This is from Semco. This is a Disney chart. It is Tigger hanging on to a pole. These were a series of bookmarks. I do have the sticker bookmark in one of my boxes back in Melbourne. Because I know I didn't get rid of it because I knew I still had the chart to go with it. This is where I'm at. I'm about half done. So I've just got his legs, a little bit more of the pole, and then all of the his tail, and then all of the back stitch to go. I actually did I don't know, like 20 or 30 stitches on that this evening. So it will probably be one of my I need a brainless project that I can work on when I have 10 minutes or so. I did drop my needle though, so I will have to find that. That is in a frame that I got from Etsy. It is Wonderland. Woodworking. They are from the Ukraine. I love them. I want more. That is in a Black Needle Society project bag. That actually, I think it's an accessories pouch, but it fits my project perfectly. That is from this year's nice list box. So that is all of my WIPs. Tomorrow will be my plans with my planned starts, and then my next Flosstube will be up in about 3 weeks because I'm out of town in 2. So thank you for watching. Actually, you may get one this week if I do get 3 finishes done. Thank you for watching. Please, I'm on Instagram under CatCanSew. If you purchase anything from Live and Die LA, I do have a 5% off code. And please do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, comment, tell me, I don't know, what's your favorite project you've worked on this year, your biggest goal. I don't care, just tell me. I like reading the comments. I'm gonna get better at responding to them too. Thank you very much. I'm hoping to, I think I got this back down to just over an hour. Hopefully by the time I edit it, it'll be just under an hour, so that is not crazy. And have a good New Year's. If you already had New Year's, I hope you have a great year. Whatever great means to you. Sometimes great is just surviving. And find your jam, work on something that makes you happy. Ciao guys.